guys, welcome to my channel. So, the very first thing that I want to discuss with you, money. Yeah, I know. I'm like covering the worst thing first. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm doing. Money in relationships is technically what I'm going to be talking about today. So hang in there. It's going to get rough. Here's what I want to say. Fighting about money in your relationship is absolutely the most stupid thing that you could possibly do. And you're going to say, oh my God, why? And I'm going to say, because you can always make more money. At no point in your life are you going to be like, you know what? That's it. The money has run out. It's done. We can't make any more. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's just not true. Okay? You can always make more money. You can work an extra hour at work. You can have a garage sale. You could monetize a YouTube video. I mean, I can't because I don't have enough subscribers yet, but I'm working on it. Okay? I'm working on it. But you can always make more money. So to fight about it is a little bit, what do I want to say? Oh, I don't know, toxic to your relationship. Let me just tell you. My husband and I have made a pact. We will never fight about money. Okay? It's stupid. It's dangerous. And I say dangerous because it's like dangerous for our relationship. We don't want to do that. So because we don't want to do that, we don't do that. When I was growing up, I come from a divorced family since I was like 1 or 2. My parents have been divorced. So the only thing I know is like divorced family. But I remember like throughout my life growing up that both sets of my parents would fight about money. And it was really harmful to me as a kid because I didn't quite understand it yet. You know, like I didn't quite understand the money thing yet. I didn't quite understand that they weren't fighting about me or my money. They were fighting just between themselves. So there would be times that I would be sick or not feeling well, or like I would have a pain in my tooth or something. And I wouldn't say anything to my parents because I was terrified that they were going to fight about it, or that I would be the cause of another fight. I lived my life like up until I was 17 years old with that kind of mentality where it's like, don't say anything. You don't want them to fight again. So it left a lot of damage and a lot of scarring on me related to money. Now, my husband, and I love my husband's family so much. My in-laws are like the greatest. He grew up also like me, not very wealthy. Like our parents didn't have a whole lot of money and they did what they could. But my husband grew up in like apartments, and that was, they just didn't have a whole lot of money like us. So, but his parents, he told me his parents didn't really fight about money very often. There would be a rare occasion in which they would have kind of a thing about money, but they didn't really focus on it as much, which I think is just fantastic. I'm so glad that he had that role model in his life where money was not the center of the world. So I'm really glad to hear that. But again, like there would be times when they would be struggling and he would understand it and he would know that they were struggling and that money was an issue. But when we got together, we just kind of, we just kind of came to this agreement that we would never fight about the money thing in our lives. Whether we had enough or nobody has ever said, I have too much money, or too little, that we would not point the finger or put the blame on either party in the relationship. And I think one of the things that like people need to understand in relationships is that when you're fighting about money, you may think that you're just fighting about money, but your partner is hearing all these really toxic things come out of your mouth at them, and it's related to money. But it's hard to separate out those two things. So like they personally are feeling attacked. You have to figure out how to have the conversation about money without it being a fight, without there being like name calling and like destructive things being said at one another. First of all, it's terrible to do that to another human, another soul. The second thing is it can really cause a lot of scarring on if you have children. It can cause a lot of scarring for them because like whether you know it or not, your kids hear like everything that's going on in your house. They are nosy, okay? If I swear, my daughter, I had to take a drink, but my daughter hears absolutely everything. Like shit that my husband and I are just like whispering to one another in the closet in our bedroom with 3 doors between us. She like hears it. I don't even understand. It's like she can hear everything. She can like feel everything that's going on in this house. So if you think that your kids don't know what's going on or what you're fighting about, or if you're fighting about money, you are wrong. They know. Okay, and that can cause a lot of scarring on them because then they'll be like, oh God, I don't want to tell my parents that I need a new thing for school, or that my art teacher is requesting for a box of pencils to be brought in or something. Like it can cause them a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety related to money. And then later in life, they won't have a very good, healthy relationship with their money. So that would be like the second thing, like just don't do it. Try and talk civilly and be a good role model for your kids, for like financial wellness and financial health, and also a healthy relationship. The third thing that people don't talk about, it's actually kind of harmful for your pets too. So if you think about it, like if you don't have kids at home, but you have like fur babies and those are your babies, whether it's cats or dogs or whatever, pig, I don't know what you have living in your house. The minute that you raise your voice, your animals run because they're not sure why you're raising your voice, just that you're raising your voice. And that scares them. It's really hard for like little fur babies. They don't know that you're fighting about money. They just know that you're angry. So do yourself a favor. Don't fight about money because it's bad for your relationship. It's bad for your kids and it's bad for your pets. Unless your pet is a fish and then, go ahead, fight away, because your fish can't hear you. I don't know that to be a fact, actually. Do fish hear? Maybe they do. Okay, don't do it, because now I'm thinking about it. I wonder if fish can hear. Oh, God. What if your fish could hear you? Okay, don't do it because pets, it's too stressful for them. So the one time that it did we didn't really have a fight about money, but we did have a kind of interesting thing come up in our relationship. So my best friend was dating a just dumbass. I mean, he was just a dumbass. I really hated him. I still to this day hate him. You know who you are. I hope you're watching this right now. I have a whole list of things that I'd love to do to you. Come at me, bro. Anyway, so my best friend got broken up with, and I decided, because I'm a giver, I decided that I was going to take her to the mall, and I was going to make her feel better that way. And so we go to the mall, which is terrible. Like, why am I doing this? Oh my God, I'm thinking back on it now. I am the worst wife ever. Like, why did I do that? Anyway, so I take her to the mall and I spend like $200. Not much really in the grand scheme of life. $200 is not that much. But we don't make that much money. I'm a teacher. He's an electrician. We don't make a lot of money. We come home and I'm kind of like showing him everything that we got for Andy, and he knew about the whole thing with her ex and how I was taking her out to try and make her feel better. And we're pulling stuff out, and he's being very husbandy about it. And he's like, "Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that'll look lovely on you." And then he goes, "Well, how much did you spend?" And I said, "Like $200. And he goes, "Damn it, Michelle. Stop being so frugal." And I died laughing because, and like everyone in the room did, it was me, it was him, it was my best friend, it was my daughter, because I knew that he meant a different word. I knew he meant to stop being so frivolous, but he said frugal instead. So we're dying laughing. But now kind of our signal to one another when we kind of feel like maybe that wasn't the right thing to do, maybe we need to have a discussion about it, is we just kind of goofily, if that's even a word, English major, can't figure out if that's a word. We just like are goofy with each other and we'll go, stop being so frugal. When we know that each other are spending money kind of in a frivolous manner. It's a benign way to kind of signal our limit to one another. And also to have a conversation without it being a fight, without us having to scar up our kid and to scar our pets. And we have 4 dogs. Like, do you know what it's like to have 4 dogs run at the same time? It is like an earthquake in my house. So it's a good way for us to signal each other. Maybe you guys need to find like a safe word. Yeah, I'm going to call it a safe word. But maybe you need to find like a financial safe word that when you feel like your partner is going too far, you say the safe word. God, I hope it's pineapple. Let it be pineapple. Pineapple should be everybody's safe word for everything. Pineapple is great. Anyway, moving backwards. Find yourself a safe word for your finances. And when you're feeling as though your partner has gone too far, say the safe word. And that way you guys can have a calm discussion about it. It'll save your kids from feeling that tension. It'll save your animals from feeling the tension. And only you and your partner will kind of understand what that means. And that we need to take a step back and we need to talk a little bit more. So that would be my advice. Anyway, I know I covered like the big one first. Why am I doing that? There's nowhere to go but down from here. Well, oh well. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you take some of my advice today in your relationship and get yourself a safe word. Thanks so much for watching. Stick around. More content to come. Have a great day.